ETH, we start with 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for buy, and this is what we get. And if we refer to my last analysis, I mentioned whoever get the trade, we have to stop move our stop loss to break even or book some profit because the way it's moving is really corrective. And we wanted to see the breakout of the previous top, which is I was referring to this correction. And we mentioned we want to see whether the price can break 2740 or not. And as we can see exactly the price tag and reverse. This is the reasons why I was looking at this level. And right now we want to see whether this is the only correction or we can expect to get the bigger correction. Anyway, still we can look for continuation. But any trade based on the small correction similar to what we have right now, we consider as a short-term trade because almost we're at the top of this correction. The best up to look for trade if we could get any trade before the price broke this top. And what I prefer right now, and as I mentioned, still we can look for continuation. But any trade based on a small correction, we consider as a short-term trade. We prefer this one tend to give us a bigger correction for confirmation, for continuation. That's why we mentioned we want to see the breakout of 2740, as we can see exactly the price tag, but it couldn't break. And right now we're looking at this. The reason is if we move to daily chart, based on daily chart, we can expect, as we mentioned, we can expect the price to consolidate here for a longer time before we get the reversal. That's why whoever get the trade for buy, if they want to keep the trade, it depends where they get, at which price they get the trade for buy. If they can book profit, they should do. If not, at least move their stop loss to break even. Because right now I'm looking at this. I wanted this one turn to bigger correction before I look for buy. Because right now we can look for this one as a flat. If this is the flat, then we can expect either we get the reversal or this one turn to a deeper correction. That's why I mentioned buying at this level. We need to be really careful and we have to get the bigger correction, not the small correction. All right. Anyway, still we can look for this one as a flag or a small correction to look for trade, but it doesn't give us a really good trade setup because if we move to 15 minutes, how about if this one turns to a correction for one more drop? Okay. Right now, we don't have a really good trade setup to look for. And the only thing is we prefer this one turn to a bigger correction. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue. It can. But if we want to go look for trade, we have to get the correction confirmation for the price. Because in the next move, if there is a continuation, we need to see the breakout of the previous top, which is 3K. All right. The only thing is update I want to give whoever get the trade within this, they should move their, book some profit or move their stop loss to break even. And any trade from now, we consider as a short term unless this one turns to a bigger correction. All right. For me, I'm not going to look for trade based on this, what I have right now, even if the price continue from here, because I don't want to buy at the top of this correction. And even as we can see, we have a flat. All right. I don't want to say this one is a flat and the price can drop. The only thing is how to manage our trade, because right now we cannot confirm this is a start of the down move because I cannot confirm this is a sharp move flag. Okay. The best thing is we wait to get the proper correction before we take the trade. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thank you.